Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Spider-Man No Way Home, Marvel's Armadillo Build-A-Figure Wave. So here we have the Doctor Strange figure. So before we get into the review, I found mine at a Walmart down in Southern California, La Habra, while I was down there on a little mini vacation. So I was lucky enough to go into Walmart late at night. And the guy was just about to put the case out onto the shelf, and I'm like, I want those, and he handed it right over to me, and I got them. So I'm very excited. Here we have Doctor Strange. I will be doing a comparison of this Doctor Strange with the other previous Doctor Strange figures that we have. So Doctor Strange Supreme, the Doctor Strange figure from the Doctor Strange movie, and then the Doctor Strange from the 3-pack Infinity War set. That was, I think, the superior Doctor Strange, which had a pretty good looking head sculpt, a little goofy, if I'm being honest. But actually the likeness was really good. But this one I think is even better. So I'm really excited. We get some new magic effects and some things that we've seen in the past before. But here we have the Spider-Man No Way Home logo, Spider logo up at the top, Build-A-Figure, Marvel's Armadillo, side artwork of Doctor Strange right there, looking really cool. Here on the back of the package, we get that same look at Doctor Strange, and his bio reads, possessing vast magical knowledge and skills to call upon Earth's master of the mystic arts steps onto the battlefield. Wait, possessing vast magical knowledge and skills to call upon Earth's master of the mystic arts steps onto the battlefield. Okay, there we go. I'm like, wait a second, that didn't really make sense. I had to reread it again. So here we are with the third figure of the wave to review. Next will be Jonah Jameson into the Miles Morales Gamerverse figure, Morlun, and Shriek. So everyone keeps asking, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Everyone wants to see Miles. They want to see Doctor Strange. They want to see these figures. I'm going to try and get to them, but just know that it's going to take some time. So you're probably going to watch this video. It's going to be real late at night. Jonah Jameson will be up afterwards. I'm probably going to schedule them out a bit. Miles Morales will likely come tomorrow evening. Morlun, Shriek will then come after, and then into the Armadillo Build-A-Figure. So there's Doctor Strange. Let's get him out of the box. Okay, and here is the Doctor Strange figure out of the package, and he is awesome. Is he the best MCU Doctor Strange figure that we've gotten so far? Yes, absolutely he is. There's a couple of key updates to this figure that I think are really, really nice. They're done really well. The arms are pinless, so we got some new arms on this guy. We get a new upper torso. Not that there's a huge difference, but there is a little bit of a difference. The cloak of levitation, while it's the same as the 3-pack Doctor Strange version, this one I think looks better. We didn't get the wash on the inside of the cloak, which was nicely done on this one, but I think the color just looks better. Now it's just kind of a more bright color, which, you know, remains to be seen. How, I can't remember, you know, I don't know if they're going to change the brightness of it for the Spider-Man movie, but there was something about the way this one looked. I don't know if it's the shine or what it is on this figure. It just always looked a little off to me, whereas this new one, because it has a more matte finish, I think looks a little bit better, because you could just see how shiny this one is, and this one is not. It is a brighter red, but it also seems to kind of fit nicely onto the Doctor Strange figure, and that's probably because of the new torso as opposed to this older style, and we'll talk about those differences and kind of go over that. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, the skirt piece is actually new as well, which I didn't realize it until just now. I was assuming that it was the same, but the skirt piece actually is different. So lots of differences. So I guess the only things that's the same is actually just the legs, and everything else has been updated. So legs and the cloak of levitation, of course. But let's get in closer to look at the accessories, because he has one set of additional interchangeable hands, and then he has the magic effects, which are done, again, really nicely. So let's take a look at those first. I know I said the magic effects first, but for the Armadillo Build-A-Figure, here we have the head sculpt that comes with Doctor Strange, and that looks really good. But we're going to throw that off to the side, put that in the pile to take a look at later when we do the Build-A-Figure video. Out of the package, he actually has these hands. I think it was these ones, but he has these basic open holding hands like so. Then he has these other interchangeable ones. These would be kind of the ones I guess he would use for magic effects. You know, I wish we would get more hands, but these are the ones that we get, and those look pretty good. But the big ones are going to be the magic effects. Now, these look fantastic. The only trouble is they're very soft. They're like a real rubbery material. Because of that, like, it might come a little warped. As you can see, mine is pretty warped, but it looks really, really, really good. Look at the sculpt of it, the runes and the magic design. the Eldritch Magic or whatever it's called. But I really like the edge. You see how it's not just a perfect circle? So it's got this real rough edge there. So when he does, when he uses his magic and he projects it, it all looks kind of like sparks and everything. So it wouldn't be a real clean line into a circle. So that is really cool. As you can see, it's sculpted as part of the hand. So that's not like just glued on there. That's all part of the same plastic. So the flesh tone color of the hand is actually painted. The hinge is on there, but you want to be very careful because, again, this is a very soft, rubbery material, and it warps and it bends. So be very careful, especially when putting these onto the figure. You want to be very careful. Like when I was doing it, I don't know if it's going to be the right hand. When I was porting it on there, it's like I want to push from this outside into it, but then I'm worried, is that going to break the fingers? So you just, again, really want to be careful about how you get it into the hand, and you don't want to put too much pressure on there, because chances are if you're doing photography, you're going to be kind of blocking that look anyway. So again, be very careful with that. Here we have the other one that he comes with, and this one is actually a little bit larger. As you can see, the two here side by side, they're basically the same, but this one's just, again, enlarged, so you can see a little bit of the details a little bit more clear. But again, it's not a perfect circle on this one either. We really get those rough edges, and again, that looks really, really nice. I love the way that came out looking. So now let's take a closer look at Doctor Strange with hands. Okay, so here's an up close look at Doctor Strange, and you cannot deny how good this head sculpt looks, how the resemblance to Benedict Cumberbatch came out. It is damn near perfect in my opinion. I really like the way it came out. Now, the Infinity War 3-pack was the previous champion, whereas the first one wasn't really there, but then this one came out, and yes, it's kind of high and it's a little thin, but it looked like Benedict Cumberbatch. The resemblance was there. However, I felt that it was a little too thin and a little exaggerated to where it almost had like an animated look to it. You know, not exactly, but that's just kind of my first impression of it when I had seen it in hand. That's kind of how I felt. You know, it's not animated in the sense of like the Doctor Strange Supreme What If figure animated, right? But it just seems, it has that look to it, and you know, maybe that's just me. But this new one, I think, is just spot on Benedict Cumberbatch. Looks fantastic. I would imagine this head sculpt is probably going to get used again when it comes to the Doctor Strange movie wave of figures that are going to be coming out early 2022. Expect a full wave of 7 figures. I don't know what figures are going to be in that wave outside of Doctor Strange. You know, who knows what other figures are going to be in there, but we'll probably get this head sculpt used again. Shit, we probably will get this exact Doctor Strange again. I would not be surprised if that happens. And that does actually kind of suck. Like, why would they release a Doctor Strange figure in a Spider-Man wave? Yes, he's in the movie, I get it, but if his own movie is right around the corner and he's going to have a wave of figures, why include Doctor Strange in there if we're just going to get a repaint? That sucks. But I don't know that for sure. You know, it could be a different color suit maybe when it comes for the movie, and then it would really make sense. So, you know, again, we shall see. But man, I just think it looks fantastic. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what are your thoughts on that head sculpt. One quick thing, the Eye of Agamotto. This is different from the previous ones that we had gotten before, and you can see that it is much larger. So the new one here compared to the old one, what a big difference. You can really see the details of this new one a lot more as opposed to the old one. And the old one only had the one color, but we know that the band to the Eye of Agamotto actually had a little bit of red and some other colors, and I thought it was red and blue. But here we only get the red a little bit on that side. We get a gold spot right there. It's probably connecting it. And then we're actually right at the back. We get a little bit more gold paint there as well. That looks pretty good. I'm actually going to take this off of his head. We're going to put that away. Again, just gold on the back. Nothing else special, but oh, that just looks really, really nice, doesn't it? But looking at the Doctor Strange, so again, this is a new upper torso, and what I like about it, it looks bigger, whereas you could see the older version, it got kind of thin, whereas here, it's definitely bigger looking. You know, it's a large, bulky robe that he's wearing. It's not like some little robe. It is bulkier, so it is bigger, and I think that's why the Cloak of Levitation fits a little bit better on there, even though it is the exact same that we had gotten before. But again, looking at the color difference, the wash is really nice. I will give it that. That wash definitely goes a long way in getting some of the details of the texture on the inside. I wish they would have done that for this one, but I like that it is a flat color and it's not shiny. But going back to the Doctor Strange, here we have all this belt, sash, strap parts here. All kinds of brown with a little bit of silver in for some of those buckles. And one really cool thing that I just now noticed, I did not notice that before until literally just now, we have his sling ring that's actually attached to the belt. It's not removable or anything, but it's sculpted on there with a little bit of gold paint. That is actually really cool. I wish now we would get a damn hand with the sling ring sculpted on that. Maybe that's something that we'll get in the Doctor Strange movie wave. So I'm calling that now. That's probably something that we'll get. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that is really cool. Nice little added detail that I did not notice before. Here on the back of the figure, they did no painting whatsoever. So the belt, the bands, the straps, you know, we have those metal pieces, the metal ring there to hold it together, but no paint. It is just here on the front. But again, that is a new piece compared to the old piece where his waist gets really small. Here, not as much, and he has like these black bands there. Looking at the arms, these are all new. Looks like a little bit of brown straps in there, not a whole lot. It's just mainly that light blue with the blue color. The legs are the same. Looks to be like a little bit duller blue, but they are, again, the exact same. Down to the boots and the feet and everything, they are the same, so you know what to expect there. But yeah, very nice looking. Let's see if the articulation is good as well. Before I get to the articulation, I do want to kind of point out the two Doctor Strange figures in the robes. This one, again, he just looks a little bit more proportioned, better, as opposed to this one where the waist, it gets real thin. He has a super long neck, which I never really noticed until now, and that's because of part of the design of the robe and how the head sits on there. This one just overall looks so much nicer to me. So his articulation, with the added new torso, we get a dumbbell joint for the head, so he can look up that much only, he can look down that much, but all kinds of crazy pivot and everything, which Doctor Strange would need when he's casting spells and doing and expressing himself in all kinds of weird ways, right? The arms can go out that much. You get a full rotation at the shoulder. We have an upper bicep swivel in there. You get a double jointed elbow, which again is pinless, so we get that much bend at the elbow there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge, and that's the same for all hands. The upper torso is on a waist ball, so you can get him to pivot to his left very little. You can get him to pivot to his right a little bit more, but it doesn't want to stay, kind of wants to revert back. You can go back very little, and then it comes forward on its own. You can come forward a little bit, but then it wants to go back on its own, so it's not real useful. We do have a waist swivel at that waist ball, so that is good. Here's the other thing that's going to suck. This robe piece here is really going to greatly hinder the articulation of the leg, so you can go that far apart. Kick forward's a little tricky. It's a lot tricky. You really can't do it, unfortunately. He's got double jointed knees, which again, you don't really get a whole lot of use out of it, but you know, he's got them. There are pins, because again, it is the same that we had seen before. There is a swivel at the boot. Foot hinges all the way down. We get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So just like the previous Doctor Strange figures, we're kind of screwed on the articulation of his legs, but the figure just looks really damn good. So, you know, it's not like Doctor Strange is going to be kicking anybody or anything, but he's going to be using his arms and his hands quite a bit, so you can get a lot of motion in there with that. And then again, moving his head in all types of different directions is really going to get some of those expressions to come across in any kind of photography, or just how you're going to display it, whatever the case may be. Okay, and for our MCU Doctor Strange figures, we have the one from the first Doctor Strange movie, the Infinity War Doctor Strange, the Spider-Man No Way Home, and the What If Doctor Strange Supreme. This new one is leaps and bounds the best looking in my opinion. The updated proportions really set this figure apart from the previous winner of the Infinity War one. The new head sculpt I think is really fantastic. A huge improvement over this one, which was already pretty good. I just really like this one. The new upper torso robe, awesome. I love the sling ring detail on his belt there. Really nice touch by Hasbro to get that done nicely. Out of these four, you guys let me know down in the comments below which is your favorite. Okay, and here are the two Spider-Man figures along with Doctor Strange that I have reviewed so far. Next up will be Jonah Jameson, but these are going to look really well together as long as they're standing and not falling. But we'll see how it all ties into the movie together, like the black and gold suit. Is it something that's going to have some kind of magical properties based off of stuff that we've seen with like the Hot Toys? We really don't know. So I'm excited to see this movie December 17th. Cannot wait. Okay, and there's my review of the Doctor Strange figure from Spider-Man No Way Home. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this figure? I think it's great. I think it's a must pick up for a Doctor Strange fan. If you love the Spider-Man movies, you love the action figures from those movies, you know, he's a definite pickup. He also comes with the head to Armadillo, so that's kind of important if you're looking to build Armadillo. Before I head out, again, I got my wave at Walmart. I found it in store. They are officially street dated for October 1st. Walmart doesn't typically put any kind of register block on street dated merchandise. Whether your local Walmart will be getting it or not, I don't know, but good luck out there. Hopefully you have some pre-orders out. If not, I have some links in the video description below if you wanted to get a pre-order in with Amazon or Entertainment Earth. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.